All right, y'all, so today we with Teresa. Teresa is a student partner of mine, and we're driving for dollars. So I'm gonna take you along for the ride and see what we can get done today. We wanna look for an area with houses that are at least 30 years old. That's kind of what our focus is when we're looking for distressed properties. There's two types of properties. You have physically distressed, and then you have financially distressed. Financial distress, when you think about financial distress, it could be, maybe somebody can't pay the mortgage, property going into foreclosure. There's different levels of, maybe somebody is going bankrupt, right? Different levels of financial distress. You could find good deals. Maybe somebody, in this market, this doesn't really apply because this is a seller's market, but soon it's going to, remember, market cycle. So it's going to turn into a buyer's market eventually. We don't know when it's going to happen though, but be prepared for that. Typically when you have like a new construction style home or a newer home that's younger than 30 years old, you could find a lot of financial distress in those. So if it was like built after like 2000, you could find a lot of financially distressed deals. In this market, again, those are going to be difficult to find because people are making money right now and houses are selling relatively quickly. So in this market, what you really look for are physically distressed properties. All right, and you're looking for people that, at the end of the day, they don't have the funds to fix up the property. So I look for houses that are in neighborhoods that are at least 30 years old. The older, the better. We look for vacants. We look for properties that give evidence that it needs some work on the outside, and chances are it's going to need work on the inside as well. So that's exactly what we're looking for. So you can find these areas anywhere. That's why I said we don't necessarily need to drive all the way to the other side of town right now, because I could find an area right here and you could pinpoint the same type of area in High Point or in Jamestown or wherever. So you just want to, I'm going to show you what to look for, and all you got to do is find it. You find, this is a large area. There's enough out here for everybody. If you find, 15, 20 of these a week, and you get in contact, you make 15, 20 offers a week, you'll be doing 4 deals a month. Because it only takes 15 offers to 20 offers in this area to get a deal. For me, it really takes about 5. If I can make 5 to 7 offers, I know I got a deal, right? That's because of my experience though. But for most newer investors, if you can make 15 to 20 offers in this area per week, then you can't lose. You're gonna get deals. Even if it took you 20 offers a week and you only get 1 deal a month, it doesn't take up a lot of your time to do this. This doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of time and gas, driving for dollars, right? So the object is to find as many of these as possible as quickly as possible. If you could do that and you make an offer on everybody who provides you with the right information, then you'll be getting, even if you found 5 of these a week and you made 20 offers a month, that's still 1 deal a month. Let's see what's up in this neighborhood. So, what's the first thing you notice in this area? Is it the hood?
Just a sec.
We wasn't talking to you, Siri. So is this the hood to you? It's not necessarily the hood.
No, it's not.
It's not the bottom of the barrel,
No.
but it's not the top. It's not top market, right?
Right.
So these houses look fairly decent.
Right.
So this could be what I would consider this to be maybe a lower. Let's stop right here. Lower middle class area. What you think?
Yes.
Now you see that house right here. What's the first thing you notice on it though?
The roof.
The roof. You got missing shingles all up and down that roof.
Yeah.
You see that? What's the next thing you notice?
Maybe the shutters and windows.
Shutters and windows, right? And this could be a property owner, or this could be somebody that's just living there renting the house. We don't know, right? But you got the windows, the roof needs work, the windows need work, and just looking at the overall landscape, the front door is just not well kept. It needs paint on the outside. This is the type of property that you're looking for, right? In the summertime, if no one lived here, the grass would be a lot taller.
Right.
You know, normally I would tell people to look for newspapers and stuff in front, but nobody really reads the newspaper anymore. So, but you do have newspaper delivery companies here that still throw papers on the front, on the driveway. So you're looking for little stuff like that. If you see multiple papers in the front, or you see coupons or whatever the case may be, those are the types of, that's what you're looking for. But this is an ideal house. I would actually take this address down to see if the owner lives in a separate area. I saw a pen and pad back there. But you definitely, the first thing you want to do, snap a photo of the house, right? So there's apps and stuff. I'm not going to recommend anything on this particular video, but you know, at the end of the day, snap a photo of the house, and then get a photo of the address, whatever the house number is, and then we want to make sure that we skip trace to find out who the owner is. We don't necessarily need to spend money skip tracing at the moment, especially when you're just getting started on a low budget. Just use the tax assessor's website. Skip tracing is always the best, right? But we want to make sure our objective is to find the owner, right? So we can spend a little bit of money skip tracing, so you can get 3 phone numbers and a couple of email addresses if you skip trace. But what we really want to do is just find the owner. So I would start with a very low budget. I would start by going to the tax assessor's website, netonline.com. Remember that? And just find out if the owner lives in a different location than this house. Okay. If the owner lives in a different location, that's somebody that we want to contact. Okay? So you drive around neighborhoods just like this. Is a pretty clean neighborhood, not too bad at all, right? It seems like people try to keep up their properties. Maybe a lower middle class to middle class area. And you want to search for the eyesore. Look at the difference between that property and then look at the properties across the street. Those properties are taken care of a lot better, right? This one needs work. So that's the eyesore in the entire area. And I'm sure there's a couple of other ones as well. So since that's the eyesore, we're going to take down that address and see if the owner lives there. If they do, we can still contact them. But if they don't, then chances are it increases our potential of being able to get something going, because the property needs work. Now, the only thing is, if the property is paid off and the owner is bringing in rental income, you know, the chances are in a house like this, where it needs work, you're going to have problem tenants. You're going to have people in and out because the landlord is not taking care of the property, right? So the only way to find all of this stuff out is to contact the owner. So that's the first thing. So we got one address. Let's see if we could go around and find a couple more. So now we're approaching another section of the neighborhood. Now this seems to be a little older, right? Slightly older than those houses back there. Those houses were probably newer. This one was probably built in like the 70s, I want to say, right? That might have been the 80s back there. So these are all brick houses, right? A little bit, to me, this is a little nicer than that area back there. So what are you looking for? You're looking for the eyesore, right? This one right here. We don't know if that, that one, the roof needs to be done. Yeah. Right? But the house might be paid for. Some people just live like that, right? But we can always we're looking for telltale signs. Telltale signs. That house is, they're trying to keep it up. So let's just keep driving.
Okay, because this house over here looks like the roof, but
Yeah, it's not too. It's bad, and you know, from our perspective. But again, just keeping in mind, it doesn't need a lot of. The roof needs work, but that doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on the front.
right.
This one right here is for rent. You see, so this is, you know, this house, other houses for rent around here. Let's turn that. Let's make a left. See, houses like this right here. This has furniture in the front. People trying to, you know, people live there. They're trying to take care of the property. It's not, that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for something just like this. Let's stop right here. Let's pull over and get out on this one. This is a perfect property right here. What do you think, just looking at this right here, what do you think makes this a good property? Why is this the ideal, we driving for dollars, why is this the ideal property that you're looking for?
It looks unoccupied. And
Unoccupied.
It needs work.
Needs work, right? Look at you got the gutter over here hanging off. The roof needs work. The front door, I'm willing to bet that there's some glass broken on that door somewhere. So that's why they got
doesn't look like it's been.
the yard is trashed. Right. Let's walk over here for a minute. The shrubbery, everything about this says it's vacant and it needs work. Right. Everything about this. So this is exactly what you looking for. So when you're driving around, these nice, look at the neighborhood though. Now look at the neighborhood. The neighborhood is not terrible,
No.
right? But this is the eyesore in the neighborhood, right? This is the eyesore. This is what you want. So whenever you're driving around looking for houses, look at the neighborhood. This is the type of neighborhood you want to be in, but you want to look for this in that neighborhood. Okay. There's going to always be a few of these in those neighborhoods. Those are the addresses that you want to take down. Okay. I don't care if it's 5, I don't care if it's 2, I don't care if it's 3, right? Right. But this is a nice neighborhood. Look at the house across the street. The grass is cut. You got a Benz in the front, right? You got is well kept, right? You got, you know, this is a nice neighborhood. Working class people in the neighborhood, maybe some retired, but this is the eyesore. So these are the types of houses that you want to be looking for. These are the good wholesale. I would actually buy this from you. This place has been vacant for what? How many years would you say?
About 5.
5 years? And you don't know her last name?
No, I don't.
And she's in a nursing home right now?
Yeah.
So the place needs a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to her son and see what we could get accomplished. I'm sorry, what was your name?
Hi, I'm Miss Landis.
Miss Landis, I'm Jamel. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. We just,
Well, we're not supposed to be doing that, y'all know.
yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah, put some hand sanitizer on. I'm clean though.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Have a good day.
Y'all, thank you. So yeah, so that's, so you talk to the neighbors, right?
Yeah,
So she just gave us, she gave us some information. So now we know that the house been vacant for 5 years, minimum, right? It's been vacant for 5 years.
Right.
Her son doesn't really care about the property. He said, y'all fix it yourself. So now when we contact him with a cash offer or contact her, she's in a nursing home. They probably want to get rid of this house at this point. So you get out, you talk to the neighbors. You see the neighbors, you talk to them, get more information, just talking. That's it. That's all we do, asking questions, seeing what they know about it. The first thing I noticed right here was that gutter hanging.
Yeah.
You know, but once you get the trained eye. You know, I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't drive for dollars like that anymore, but I recommend you doing it if you have a low budget. You know what I mean?
Right.
See, in my case, when you get a trained eye, you know exactly when I'm looking for this stuff, even when I'm not necessarily looking for it. Right. It's like the barber looking at the guy who needs the haircut. You know what I mean? Or the barber looking at somebody. I don't know if you know, but I used to cut hair back in the days. I owned a barber shop when I was a senior in high school, right? So whenever I see somebody's hair, I do my own hair. Whenever I see somebody's haircut, I'm looking at their hairline, I'm looking at everything because I just got the trained eye for it. So naturally, you know, If I see somebody messed up on the hairline, I'm like, man, that guy's hairline's wigged back. Oh, that's a good looking haircut right there. That's just the way it is. But
Right.
you know, I got the trained eye. I'm looking for it. That's the point. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with this. This house is not vacant.
No.
But look at that. You see that?
Yeah.
What you notice about this?
The roof over that corner.
Let's get out. I made a mistake on this because I was about to pass this because the windows look relatively newer. The house is pretty clean. But if you notice all of the shingles on the roof, they're lifting. But then more importantly, look at the corner.
Right.
You see that? Obviously, nobody's fixing that. So, do we want to take down this address? It's probably a vacant house. Either it's vacant,
Or they're just not.
or they're renting the house,
Right.
or they're just not taking care of it properly. This is not a bad property, but it needs a new roof, and it needs that corner fixed. So, do we want to take down this address? Absolutely. You see something like that right across the street? Most people would stop for something like that. To me, that person could be a hoarder. That person could be a hoarder. That doesn't necessarily mean that they want to sell. This place is clean in the front. This could be somebody's rental property, in my opinion. They're just not taking care of it the right way. You know, so, but you got a nicer ceiling fan over there. That doesn't necessarily mean that this, you know, with that ceiling fan there, they put a little bit of care into it. This could be somebody that, you know, we don't know what the situation is, but this can be somebody that, you know, maybe they lost their job and they're losing their home. We don't know. The only way to figure it out, that's the telltale sign right there, that little spot in the corner. They didn't put enough money into this house. There's water getting in there right now. Is that causing water damage on the inside? It's possible. And the roof definitely needs to be done. So I would take down this address as well. This one right here, you see this right here? Look at that roof. Again, decent area. Yeah, there's apartments across the street. This area is a little different than that area down there. But again, you know, this house is evident that it needs work. I mean, how long have we been driving? For a little less than an hour, right? We've been driving for a little less than an hour, and we found 5 houses. If you just do this every day right after work, drive around for 1 hour, you can find 5. If you find 5 houses a day, right? 5 houses, you do it 5 days a week. How many houses is that? 25 houses. Contact 25 people a week, right? And you just keep doing it. Eventually, you're gonna get your first deal. You get your first deal, you take the investment from that money, you start training other people. So you got family members, you got friends, say, hey, do this. You show them exactly how to do the same thing. Drive around looking for houses. You drive around with them, you show them exactly what to look for. You build an army of people doing this for you. You make money, you take, 30-40% of your profit, and then you start using that for marketing. Now you can find houses a lot quicker. You understand? It doesn't take up so much of your time, but you have the financial means at that point to be able to go out and really scale up your real estate business and get some deals. Okay. Make sense? Justin, what's up, man?
I got an update from that houses on.
You got an update from who?
For that deal that we made with a lady, Martha.
Okay. So what's up? What's she talking about?
So she was able to get a settlement for that judgment, and it's not gonna be 20,000 that she owed mortgage no more.
Okay.
It'll be down to 7,000. So the equity just came higher, I think, and she owes about 1,000 on the taxes. But the lady mentioned to her that if she can get that paid within the month, we might end up just paying 5,100 or something.
5,100 on. So these are the 2 houses in High Point.
No, it's in Thomasville.
Oh, the 2 in Thomasville. Remember the two in Thomasville you went to go see?
Yes.
So we got a deal. We got a deal on them. So congratulations.
Yeah, we do. We
Two
do,
houses.
bro. And just want to confirm that with you, because she's gonna sign the contract that we sent her.
So what was the price that we're paying?
We paying 10 grand each on those property.
So 20 grand?
20 grand for both.
All right, let's do it, man. 10 grand each property.
All right, brother, you got it.
All right, sign it up.
I'll finalize that with her.
All right, sign it up. I need access to them houses ASAP, though. All right, we'll talk. Get her to sign those agreements, and then we'll talk about all of that stuff. All right.
Okay, we're gonna have her sign first before we do anything else. Yeah.
Have her sign first. All right.
All right, brother, you got it. I'm on it.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Good job, man.
All right, catch you later, bro. Yep.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Bye.
So you got, remember those houses you went to go see in Thomasville?
And took pictures of.
You took the pictures of?
Yeah.
So we just got we getting the contracts signed today, 10 grand each. That's the importance of following up, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why you got to keep calling people back. You know, follow up, because the money is always in the follow up. All right?
Okay.
Good job. All right, y'all. So we just wrapped up driving around with Teresa, and good thing is we got 2 deals. So Teresa's been working on some deals in another city, about 25-30 minutes from here, and we was able to continue to follow up. I had my virtual assistants following up on those leads. It's been about a month, and we hung in there, and that taught her a lesson as well. You got to keep following up if you want to get the deals, because most real estate investors are not going to continue following up, right? So we got 2 contracts that we're getting signed today. She found 5 properties just driving around for dollars. Really simple, really easy to do. Anybody can do this if you put forth the effort, if you put forth the work to make this happen for yourself. But you gotta have the will, you gotta have the drive, and if you put in the work, there's no way you can fail. So get out there, do what you need to do to get your business up and running for yourself. All right, like this video, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell below, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and I'll holler at you on the next one. Peace.